Okay, welcome back to Defluenced Podcast. Ken will be along here in a minute. he was, he,
We're
he,
back with Ken Code today.
whenever he gets back in here. Well, we are streaming live on the radio, and we are also streaming live on Cast Garden. And we're going to continue our discussion about Hive5. Find out the latest post at hive5.info. But before, we do need to talk about some reasons on why people might oppose a proposal.
Yeah, so this would apply to any proposal. I just made a short list, and Ken can jump in later when he gets his audio working here.
Yep.
Just made a list of reasons why people might be opposed to any type of idea, but they apply to the Hive.
Can you hear me?
Hey, Ken's
there
back.
he is. Yay.
I don't know why, but it shut off my microphone. I didn't do a damn thing.
You must have held your mouth wrong.
Okay.
Stranger things have happened.
All right. Well, anyways, I'm not going to touch anything now. So
yeah, don't touch it.
Okay, we were just.
So Ken, we're about to jump into a little short prelude to getting back on track with the Hive5. So we're going to talk about point number 2 today on Hive5. Before we do that, I'm just going to mention a few reasons why someone might be opposed to an idea, any idea, but specifically this idea. I think it's relevant to your proposal, for instance. So I've identified 6 reasons, and there might be more. But
cool.
One reason might be they just think it's a really bad idea. You know, hey, I don't like that idea. It sucks. I'm not gonna support it.
Yeah,
so
let's not change anything.
Yeah. Well, and there are some people like that. I don't want to change anything, even if it's
we
a
got
good
13
thing.
reasons on there, but we don't like any of them. So okay, great.
Yeah, right. Another reason, I mean, it's hard to find. I think when you have that many items on a proposal, it's hard to find something. It's hard to find, I guess, a reason to disagree or to agree with every single one of them. You know,
right? To downvote the entire post. That's kind of another reason why I did it like that. Because, like, so you disagree with all 13 points? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, let's have a discussion about it, right? So, anyways, there are other reasons. So maybe they're just resistant to change, like you pointed out. Maybe they don't necessarily think it's a bad idea, but hey, why change anything?
Yeah.
Hey, things are going along pretty good. Another reason may be they don't understand it or don't fully comprehend the implications of the change. Some people might be opposed to it for that reason. Then maybe they don't think it will fix the problem. So they recognize there's a problem. Yeah, that's a big problem. But I don't think your solution's going to solve it. I don't think your idea is going to be the fix. So that could be one reason, right? Or they just don't think that there is a problem to fix. Maybe they just think, you know what, all of this is a bunch of hullabaloo. There's no problem. That could be a reason. Oh, and then the final reason I've come up with is they're trying to protect their turf. They have turf to protect. They don't want anything getting in their way of their agenda. So they've got to protect that. And that could be a reason.
I can definitely comment on that point because one of the kind of a major curator commented or sent me a message and said how they were not happy about that at all. Well, the reason why is because you'll be losing your power as a curator over time. So, I can see that. Well, because we're feeding all these people in Ghana. Well, think about all the people who don't have to beg a curator for a vote every day and could actually earn a living.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's kind of a, I can see why you who are now kind of like a whale, not personally financially a whale, but because so many people are just endlessly delegating to you, so they don't have to do anything and they can get upvotes from you.
You don't mean me, you mean the curator that you're talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah.
But again, that just reinforces more kowtowing to authority, and I can't stand that whole power up, and you're going to get power, and power. I mentioned that on the Hive5 post. That's a psychological thing that needs to change. Let's go back to calling it staking. You have a stake in the system now. It's like putting your money in a bank. You expect an interest rate. That kind of staking.
Yeah. Yeah, the connotation there, I think, when you call it power up is just that. If you have 100,000 Hive in your staking account or your power up account, and I have 50,000, then psychologically I think, Steve, Ken has more power than I have. I need to catch up. I need to do something. What can I do? And that can lead to all kinds of problems.
That just seems ridiculous to me.
Yeah. So psychologically, I can see your point.
And they're also sitting there going, I should kiss their butt. Maybe they'll give some.
I mentioned that too. All this butt kissing and just bootlicking, like, this is ridiculous, people. Come on.
Yeah,
so
you don't
we
want
should
to
save
tick
this
off
conversation
the guy
for the podcast, though. This is good stuff.
This is the podcast.
So, we done started the camera rolling. We did that.
We're already on.
Yeah.
We right when I went live is when we lost you.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Yeah. So we're live. So now we can
right.
go and launch into the discussion. So we're at point 2A, how income is affected from downvotes and upvotes. We can talk about that and what the implications are, and move on through. See how much of 2 we can get through before I guess we got a break again. What do you think?
Yeah. That sounds good.
Okay. How income is affected from the downvotes or upvotes.
Right. Okay, so Alan, you don't want to cover any more about your 6 points that you had mentioned?
Well, we can bring those in as we need to as we move forward. I think I'm done with them. I just wanted to bring them out there, put them out there, and then they can be in the back of people's minds as they listen.
Okay.
And
I just didn't want that to be lost because, like I said, that was some good stuff there. I didn't even realize we were on the podcast already. So that's good that didn't get lost.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah. So this first part looks pretty simple. How income is affected from downvotes or upvotes, and you got a little chart here, and it's pretty simple to read. Yeah. You just want to kind of.
Sure. How your income is affected from downvotes or upvotes. There's pros and cons to that. So, income is reduced due to downvotes. A pro for that is it limits someone from profiting from murder, pedophilia, porn, doxing, the rewards pool double dips, aggressions and threats, plagiarism, also from AI, plagiarism. Copyright and IP infringement, ID theft and deception, cybersecurity threats, etc. So, having your income reduced by a downvote, there's a lot of pros to. And actually, Alan, you just covered one too. Like, back in the Steam days or early days, one guy gets $900 freaking dollars for posting a meme. I mean, come on, that's just stupid.
Yeah. Well, and back in the old days on Steam, before the hard fork, there were bid bots, and so you could go and place a bid on a bot to come by and upvote your post. And if you did that enough times, there was like 100 different bots. You could go and if you had enough HBD or Hive power to buy those votes, you could practically buy your way to $900.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Yeah.
A con to your income being reduced due to downvote would be that it deters users from posting. Granted, that could also be a pro as well as a con, but it deters users from posting. Like, for example, just replying to this Hive5 post or upvoting it. This is like, because like, so you're gonna upvote this? Well, now I'm gonna downvote you forever. So you end up being on a downvote on somebody's downvote trail. And it's just like all I wanted to do was speak my opinion and put in my 2 cents worth, my opinion on this. It's like, so people are just afraid to even upvote because of that, or comment on this post because of that. Like they're just afraid of being on somebody's downvote trail now. It's like this.
Now, have you actually had anyone tell you that they're afraid to upvote certain things for
I
fear?
feel it. I certainly feel it because I have a lot of abstract opinions on things. So yeah, I mean, because I know for a fact I've lost reputation score and stuff like that. It's from one guy. I'm not going to say who that guy is, but I hate his guts. But still, be straight up honest with you. I mean, he's just doing that just to be an asshole because, like, well, I'm right and you're wrong, and okay, never mind all the research that I've done and I've proven to you, and I've shown you how you can go and prove these things for yourself. But whatever, yeah. It's like, okay, so I'm gonna get attacked if I ever say this now. And it's like, it's just bullshit, man. And then anybody who would upvote my abstract opinion is now possibly going to be a target from that guy as well. So it's just, you make the people who want to upvote abstract opinions afraid to upvote, which is why the downvotes, in my opinion, are becoming more and more of a problem because fear ultimately ends up controlling what people post.
Yeah, I can see where that could happen. I think it was more prevalent before the hard fork on Steam. I definitely saw downvote wars. Whole groups of people just getting together and downvoting each other like crazy, just because two guys got pissed off at each other. It's just crazy, ridiculous stuff. I haven't seen that on Hive, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I'm not as active in the Discord channels as I was on Steam. I was active on a lot of them, and I actually saw whales plotting inside the Discord channel, saying, "Oh yeah, that guy said something bad about so and so. We should go after them."
Yeah.
Like, what? Really go after them, really, with your heavy downvote. Yeah, let's really
keyboard warriors.
Yeah. So that kind of thing is ridiculous, and I can see the downvote wars escalating and all of that. Yeah. So far, I haven't seen it on Hive, but it could happen just as well. I mean, it's just it's the same code.
Yep.
I guess I just see it more because of the conversations that I like to take part in.
Yeah.
I know there's some curators who are just in the photography community and in the art community and stuff like that. You don't have downvote wars going on in those kinds of communities ever. Yeah, at least not that I've ever seen anyway. So
yeah,
but
probably not. But in controversial circles, were you talking about how to improve Hive? That would be a controversial thing. If people have diametrically opposed opinions about things, that could be a hotbed issue. Politics, where you have political discussion, that could be a hotbed of, place where people just let their passions run, right? Oh, well, you're a Democrat, you're a hardcore liberal, and you're an ultra-right conservative. Well, we're just going to downvote each other until one of us leaves.
Yeah.
I don't
remember the guy's. I don't remember the guy's name, but there was a guy who just recently got downvoted to a negative reputation score, and apparently this guy goes around. He's posting around the Russia-Ukraine war thing, and but what he does is he takes his microphone and he goes and he actually interviews people, like old people and young people and everyone in between that are on the front lines there and have had to emigrate away from their country and stuff like that, and why they were forced to leave and this and that. Yeah. But he gets downvoted to oblivion for posting, well, that's not true because Ukraine this is happening and that's happening. And dude, the guy he's not even giving his personal opinion on this. He's just going and interviewing people and listen to what those people that are actually there right now have to say. Like, shut off your fucking TV, okay, and all the propaganda. And listen to this guy. He's just interviewing the people that are actually there. It's like it's so frustrating. And that guy got downvoted too to a negative reputation score. And anybody who's going to want to upvote him now, they're going to be targets of the downvoting whale. It's like this is bullshit, man. You can't even get the truth out there about stuff. Even on Hive, because of fear.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah, that and then now you got this thing with what's going on in Israel.
Yeah,
That's a hotbed issue for some people. You say
absolutely.
anything negative about Israel, and some people want to jump down your throat.
Yeah.
Uh, you know, so yeah, I mean, these kind of things can certainly be conflagrating issues that can escalate and get out of hand real quick.
Yeah, and they seem to be, which is why we're here at the moment, right?
Sure thing.
Let's talk about this stuff, man.
Yep. Let's get back into it.
Okay, so the second point on 2A, for anybody who's listening and just wants to follow along, if you go to hive5.info, that's hive5.info, you can follow along. So number 2A, the second section of 2A, you have pros and cons. Income is increased due to upvotes. A pro, some pros for that, there's 4 of them. You get to earn an income. That's one of the number one reasons why most people come to Hive. Wow, so I can post stuff of value and get uploaded for it and actually convert that into paying my bills? Yes, you can. That's the beautiful thing about Hive, and that's why a majority of us are trying to fix this thing and make Hive a better place.
Make it a place where anybody can do that, and not feel threatened because they have an unpopular view.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Also, you can increase your reputation. This is a good thing because if you're a researcher, scientist, whatever, and you're actually doing great research and you can post stuff like this and post your research without fear, then this is how we discover truth. I think that's really one of the most important things. I want to be able to find the truth on something because Google and YouTube isn't going to show it to me. I need to go to other sources like a blockchain to be able to discover the actual truth about a topic. The third one is the third one. Income is increased due to upvotes. This encourages user onboarding, and it's free word of mouth advertising, marketing for Hive. So instead of spending millions of dollars, which I was doing on all these marketing campaigns and stuff like that, one of my personal experiences to getting more clients for a business is going to meetups.
Yep.
Meetup.com, I haven't been on that site in years, but I enjoy that so much, getting out there at the local level and shaking hands with new people every week or every month, however you want to do it, and say, hey, yeah, I'm earning a few bucks on Hive right now, so when the price goes up, I'm earning more. When the price of Hive goes down, I earn a little bit less, but the point is I'm able to budget that income now into my monthly gross, So this is a beautiful thing about Hive is it's by doing onboarding this way, like what we're doing with HiveTube and other things, it's a great way to onboard users that doesn't really cost Hive anything at all.
Right.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Income is increased due to upvotes, and then the final one on this is it creates a self-sufficient economy of values at scale. So does that make sense?
Yep. It does. Me.
Yeah.
A self-sufficient economy of values at scale. So we're able to discover truth and onboard people, increase our reputation by posting content of value instead of just shit posting, and then earning an income for it. So
a self-sufficient economy is an economy that doesn't rely on outside sources to thrive, and so you can actually see once you're inside the Hive ecosystem, you can actually see the self-sufficiency, and there is an actual economy. And so, I've used Hive to buy services, or actually back in the not actually Hive, Steam it back in the day. I used Steam to buy you know, art for my blog posts that I was posting onto Steam.
Cool.
So I'd earn it, and then I would buy something to enhance my posts. So that's one way of that occurs, and you can buy anything. So now I have actually received Hive for my writing services, which is really cool. So it works both ways. You can spend it with other people. If you want to hire a coder to build you an app, and you're an active, Hivian, and they're active on Hive, then you can just pay them in Hive for their services that they're doing, off chain or whatever. So I think that's a pretty cool thing to do.
This is a cool thing actually about having such a nice budget on Hive too, because I think the last I heard is that the Hive blockchain has about $250,000 a day available for upvotes and DHF proposals and witnesses. I don't know how true that is. I haven't looked at the proposals thing and all that lately, but that's an insane budget. I mean, similar to what Ethereum. I mean, what took Ethereum off was all these apps that just were being built on it. They had great docs and everything, and people were able to easily build. And you had tons and tons of projects popping up on Ethereum. Well, Hive could be doing the same thing. Yeah, we'll talk about the DHF later, but but yeah,
I mean that's why it was built. It's a blockchain on which developers are encouraged to build. So you want builders, not just content creators and curators, but you want builders who come here and build things that other people can use.
Yeah, I like to think of it kind of like the farmers market. You go and you set up your little booth at the farmers market, and if you have a quality product, people are going to buy it. If nobody's buying your stuff, then okay, I need to make some changes. Basically,
maybe you need to use a different flavored wax for your candles.
Yeah, or go to a different farmers market in a different neighborhood or whatever. You need to figure out what your market niche is and figure out how to most tightly reach those kind of people in that neighborhood. I'm not going to go into, Watts, California, selling fuzzy bunnies or some damn thing. So. Anyway, you got to pick it out, and this is what's so great about Hive is because if you don't fit in one community, then just go join a different one or start your own. It's a free market.
Absolutely. Good idea. Yeah.
Then the last point on this thing is income being increased due to upvotes. A con for that, it might initially it might encourage someone to post NSFW content. Murder, pedophilia, porn, doxing, rewards pool double dips, aggressions and threats, plagiarism, copyright and IP infringement, ID theft and deception, cybersecurity threats, and so on. But this is where downvotes will be good for stuff like that, because it's like, look, you're not going to be taking money from the rewards pool for posting that kind of crap. Okay, so anybody who says, "Oh, we just need to get rid of the downvote button," no. We need to be able to. We need balance.
Yeah, absolutely. So all of these things are things that any good citizen are going to be is going to be against. You're going to want to curtail this kind of content, whether you're on a blockchain or whether you're on Facebook or wherever you are. So every platform has their way of dealing with this kind of thing. And most platforms, it's a centralized, and we know about Facebook, they've got, I guess, a boiler room of people who have to filter through all the nasty crap. And some of those people end up with PTSD, it's awful. But on a decentralized blockchain, that you don't want that. You want a different way. And so the community itself policing this kind of thing, that's what you need the downvote for.
Yep, absolutely. You got to have that balance. If the beast comes to your neighborhood, You know, if you live, let's say you live in a small town or something like that, and this guy comes and wants to live in your village. You guys ever seen that movie, The Village? Or is that what
Yes.
it's called? Yeah, with that red cloaked
Yeah.
monster.
M. Night
Yeah,
Shyamalan.
yeah. Oh my God. I mean, that movie is a great example of what Hive kind of is, or maybe a community within Hive kind of is. If you come into my community, there are certain rules here. And if you don't obey the rules of that community, then I don't want to just punch you in the face and force you to leave, because I don't believe in that. I'm agorist. So what I want to do is I want to starve the beast. I want to make him feel so unwelcome. Say, oh, you want to buy some of my bread? Well, yeah, the price today is going to be $40 instead of $2. You know, you're gonna it's kind of, you're gonna have to make that person feel like, okay, yeah, I understand what I'm doing here is wrong.
That's discrimination against beasts.
That's Bidenomics.
Yeah. Whoa, that's political.
Sorry. Sorry. Not sorry. So anyways.
No, sorry.
You don't let the cat out the bag.
I think I let that cat out of the bag a long time ago. So
Does that make sense? So I think it's just, we need to make, we have rules in different communities, and if you don't like it, leave and go find another one or start your own. You know, this is the beauty of this thing. So to make the person feel unwelcome, though, I guess that kind of leads into 2B on the Hive5 document.
yeah.
This is kind of a doozy, and I think this is, we might get through a couple of these points, I think, in this podcast, right? Because this might be one whole podcast. How income is affected from posts and comments.
This is complicated.
We might spend a whole show on that one right there. I mean,
this is the hottest topic on Hive, I think, right here. So I think we can kind of get into it. Then maybe we can just do a recap on the next podcast next week.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we're almost at 5 o'clock now. And I do think, number 2B2, that's pretty heady stuff.
It is. You know, Bonehead, I thought you were, I was kind of talking about you. Like maybe we ought to get some kind of call-in show going.
Yeah.
I was talking about this with Flynn and stuff like that. It would be really great if people could call in with Matrix or Discord or whatever, and then you just, you hit your patch button on your patch panel there or whatever, and say, yeah, well, what do you think, man? And well, I think
Great idea.
Well, shut up, you're stupid.
Heard that on
next caller.
But yeah, we can definitely do that. That'd
be a lot of fun, actually. I think you'd probably be the first person on Hive to even accomplish that.
Well,
that would be awesome. Hey, you could be the Unkle Bonehead experience. Yeah. Like that, Joe Rogan.
Technically, I wouldn't, because MSP Waves have been doing it on Discord since the Steam days. But
okay.
We could do it on Discord in the Defluenced Discord channel.
Yeah.
We've got a stage in there. We never use it. It would be really easy.
Well, we tried
to use.
using it a couple of times, but we
couldn't figure out how to do it.
Well, the hardest part is just getting everybody's audio levels normalized, right?
Yeah. It's you can do it on Discord. It's just a complicated, stupid way of doing it. But that's Discord. They don't make anything easy.
Discord, a multi-million-dollar company, can't even get the audio right. Fucking real. God.
There's several different apps that are so much better at audio quality, like Video Ninja, like we're using now. There's one called Mumble. Mumble was
Fuzzy and I used to use that.
Yeah,
Mumble's pretty good.
Yeah, that actually records each person in their own track. So when you're doing the mix down,
nice. Yeah,
you can and it lines everybody up. It's so easy to edit with Mumble audio.
I forgot all about Mumble. Yeah, it's open source too, if I recall.
Yep. And there's also crap, I can't think of the name of it. I think I can't pronounce it either. VOCE chat. Voice chat. That's open source too. I mean, there's several different options I can use, but Discord's probably going to be the easiest for everybody because everybody's already on it.
If you need anything, man, I can probably throw some resources your way, either financially or dev-wise, because I think that this is really important, and it's something that I would like to add to HiveTube also. I can't remember. Somebody was just asking me, can we do this like through Twitter Spaces? And I was like, no, because I mean, if you listen to these Twitter Spaces too, and how many audio problems that they have too. Yeah. Plus, you got to install, I guess, their Twitter app on your mobile, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, you got to do it on your phone. It's the only way. You can't do it on your desktop.
Screw that.
Well, you can do it on your desktop if you trick your desktop into thinking that it's an Android.
Yeah. See, I would rather just have sources that you can control, like with OBS or something like that. In my opinion, that's just much easier. Yep. And then you can patch anybody you want into your live stream.
Absolutely.
I try not to trick my laptop into being anything. Got enough problems. It doesn't need a psychologist.
Well, you are using Windblows, right?
Yeah. It is Windows Unit. It is indeed.
We need to upgrade you to Linux.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've thought about that over the years playing with Linux, but it takes time, and I end up spending my time doing other things, that are important to me. So I never did it.
Yeah.
Well, I always hear somebody say, "Oh, Linux, that's hard." No, it's not. It's just what you learn on is. If you switch to something different, that's going to be hard.
Whatever you dedicate your time to,
There's so many desktop environments that you can choose from, too. I mean, come on. It's like, I just went to Linux Mint from Windows, and that's how I got into Linux. And I still consider myself a noob with Linux. I mean, I use it every day for work and everything, but it's just it looks exactly like Windows. So if you know anything about, if you remember the old start button and all that kind of stuff, this Linux has the exact same thing. Just go to linuxmint.com and you can check it out. Mint.
Yeah.
This episode
that'll
brought
solve
to you
your
by
bad breath problem.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
We're a bit off topic here too, but whatever. It's a freaking podcast. Get over it. You want your money back.
Just don't downvote me.
Just hold your downvote. Wait till the end of the show.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, cool. So we can pick up on QB next time.
I think so. Yeah, we're already at our hour just about.
The greatest outro right there. Oh. I'll say it when we're signing off.
All right.
So, are we done then?
I think so. Yeah. So next week we'll talk about how income is affected from post or comment votes, upvotes and downvotes. So, we're going to be talking about Hive power and how that affects votes and how much income can be affected from upvotes or downvotes. So
today's episode is like a preview or a prelude to next week, where we're going to get into some weeds.
Yeah, that one's going to be a doozy. So tune in next week, and we can. The war will start then, I'm sure.
Make sure you bring your machetes and your weed whackers.
Bring your.
I'm in Mexico, man. We got plenty of machetes.
There we go. Okay. Always be good. Be safe. Never shoot the trigger where you would stick your face. Next week it's to be or not to be.
Hive5.info.
Yeah, hive5.info.